Hey, what's up everybody? Well, back by popular demand is the Plymouth Fury. Now she's been sitting out for a little bit. You can see she's pretty dirty. Look at this. It's not clean anymore at all. So I want to get her cleaned back up before we drag it in. I got to air the tire up, throw a battery in it. We was working on some other stuff. You guys know how it is, man. Sometimes you got to pull stuff out and drag other stuff in, and that's what we did. We had the old Porsche in there messing with it for a little while, but inside looks great. Oh, y'all remember that brand new carpet? Look at that. She's nice in there. We've done a lot of work inside. Kind of got lost on the interior there for a little while. I think we're going to pull off of that on this video, and I want to clean up underneath it because it's got like years of caked on grease and dirt all underneath it, and I want all that gone. And I want to service the transmission on it with a brand new pan gasket, filter, rear seal, new fluid, all that good stuff. But first, let's get the tire aired up and a battery in it. Yo, cross your fingers, she's gonna be good to me. Sure would make this a lot easier if this takes air. It looks like it's going to. Yeah, there we go, we're good. See about getting a battery in it. Yeah, man, I can't wait to take a pressure washer to all this. Got my battery all charged up. Man, all this running back and forth. I think this would be a good job for Darlene. There she is. This is my daughter's truck. I've been babysitting for a while now. I like to fire her up every now and then. Grab some tools. Look at me working smarter, not harder. Still sweating though, that's weird. That's what I'm talking about right there. That beats a dolly any day. These straps are broke off this battery. It's kind of a pain in the butt to carry around. I sure didn't want to carry it all the way across that yard. These are the ass backwards battery cables here, man. We got black positive and then red negative. It's like, what's going on here? We definitely need to address stuff like that, and that's exactly what we're going to do. There we go. Let's see where that gets us. That and some seats. I think that's going to be the next thing for this one for sure. You see my funky little boat seat here? Half of a boat seat anyway. That's getting us by for now. And then I think it's time for another trip to the salvage yard. Need to get out there and pick us out some seats here real soon. Let's give it a few pumps. She out of gas, seriously? She shouldn't be. I put a little, there we go. I was gonna say, I put some in it right before I parked it here. There we go, all right. Low on transmission fluid because it leaks all out of the damn tail shaft, but that's all right. We're gonna fix that here in just a little bit. Okay, so I think we're high enough. What do y'all think? Let's look underneath here. It doesn't look like we're gonna have any kind of trouble getting underneath here with the pressure washer. Yeah, I think there's plenty of room now. Look how nasty that is. I can't wait to, oh man, it's gonna be so awesome tearing loose with this new pressure washer we got. Went ahead and left the floor jack underneath there just for good measure, a little added bit of safety. It's not a bad idea to get out here and kind of push around on it too. Make sure she's up there good and not gonna fall over. Let's get the breather out of the way. I want to clean the motor and everything all under the hood. I'm just covering this up so we don't get water down in it. That might help us out a little. There we go. I could go through all the trouble of like covering up the distributor and everything with plastic, you know, like a bag or something, but I'm replacing all that. I don't really care about it anyway. That's making these hoses look like brand new. Let's try it on this one. I think before I go too far, I'm gonna get the bottom of the hood. Let's start on the top of the motor now. here. Well, okay, we got the top of it looking way better. We'll show you that in just a little bit. Let's get underneath it and clean off some of that mess. Yeah, let's start underneath here in this area. Get the control arm, get all that mess up there. It's so nasty. That steering, you can see, hopefully you can see, that's been leaking for some time. Let's get in there and clean all of that up, and then obviously we'll work our way down and get this transmission and all that nastiness off of there. Well, she's a bit of a gas hog, but that's alright. We've been washing for a while now. She's doing good, man. This thing's got enough pressure, we don't even have to use soap. It just blows the grease right off of it. So it's definitely starting to clean up pretty good. It had some really thick stuff around this area, as you could imagine, you know, people greasing it over the years and it's caked on. Some old undercoating too, and it just blowing all that old crap right off of there. Cleaning up pretty nice. We'll jump over and do the other side. Yeah, here's a bit of a before in case you forgot. You can see how nasty it is. The other side I think was a little bit worse because it has the power steering and all of that over there, which I'm sure has leaked over the years and it just builds up. But yeah, it's all turning out nice. Let's get started on this side. Let's clean up that oil filter. Not a fram. So she is starting to clean up. I can actually start to see engine paint. That's nice. We've made it all the way back to the bell housing on the transmission. I'm just going to keep going, you guys. I'm trying to get the best footage I can. It's really difficult, but I'll give you, you know, some of the stuff of this big, thick, greasy, nasty mess coming off of here. But I can only do so much. This camera just keeps getting soaked. Man, those torsion bars are cleaning up nice. Let's try this cross member. So looky there, this is after a few more minutes of washing. I can actually see engine paint really good now. You can see that transmission too, look at that. That's nice. That's the way it's supposed to look right there. We got years and years, what do we got, like 50 years worth of grease and grime off of this. And it's been fun. It's actually been very enjoyable. It's been nice watching all these years and years of crud come off of this thing. So I think on that note, it's time to wash the outside. told y'all this thing has some power. It done blew the mirror right off. Man, this is how you know you're doing some serious cleaning. 3 tanks of gas. And this thing's cleaning up pretty nice. We've actually got some shininess going on here. Look at that. That trim cleaned up really good. That's with some steel wool. 0000. That's 4 zeros, you guys. I can't stress that enough. You can use that stuff on the glass, the chrome, whatever. It will not hurt it. But any less zeros than that, like if you use one with 3 zeros, you're screwed. Yeah, this stuff right here. Remember, 4 zeros. Yeah, you can see what a difference it makes on the wheels. Look how nasty those are. The trim as well. You can see how dingy and nasty it is. A quick little pass with this and some water. I didn't use soap. I didn't use any cleaners or anything. You can see it brightens that trim right back up. I'll go over the whole car this way. All the any trim that's left on it, all that stuff there, wheels, everything. We'll get run over this, glass and all. I'm gonna attempt to see if I could clean off some of this trim adhesive. It's kind of working. We're going to take the steel wool over the whole thing, see if we can't brighten it up a little bit. And then we'll compare it to the other panel that we haven't done yet. See if we're making any progress. I don't know if you guys can pick that up on camera. That's making a huge difference. I'm gonna go over the whole car with the steel wool. Boy, she's looking way better now. They did a pretty good number on that trim adhesive. That stuff's been on there for years and years, and it was taking it off pretty good. I think the rest of it will sand right off there. Now this side's a little different because this fender and that door has been replaced at some point in its life, and that requires some paint work, and you can see that's not the factory paint, so that's why some of it did come loose there and there. Not to worry, we are going to paint this thing at some point. That's right, we are going to paint this car. I know some of you guys are wanting us to stay with the patina, and hey, I'm all for it. I think this thing has the perfect patina, and look how good it looks wet. Imagine a little clear coat, maybe a semi-gloss clear, something like that. Make it look like that all the time. Hey, I am down, dude. I like that look, but I'm going to go ahead and paint it though. I think she's worthy of a paint job, man. I mean, look at this thing. Look how nice it looks, all shiny. Imagine having this crap gone completely. Nice fresh coat of paint on it. I think she'll look like $1,000,000, y'all. And what do y'all think about the steel wool on the all the trim? I think that stuff works wonders. And considering we didn't use any kind of cleaners or anything, just water pressure, man, we are doing it. And man, I feel like I got like something on my face here. I better go get cleaned up, y'all. Okay, so now that the car's all cleaned up, let's get underneath there now that I can actually get to the bolts and stuff, and pull the pan on the transmission, do the fluid change. We're going to put a new filter in it and a new rear seal in the tail shaft like I mentioned. Got a new seal here, and this is the gasket and the filter. We need to open up that and make sure it's the right one. I haven't even checked it yet. I need you guys to help me settle the debate, man. ATF plus 4 or Type F. Which ones do you guys prefer? I went ahead and went with this. I was noticing in the forums that there's a big debate on that, on whether or not to use Type F or ATF plus 4. I guess you can use either one, and some swear by Type F and some swear by this. So I made mention in previous videos, this is my first Mopar project. This is a 727 torque flight transmission, automatic of course, and I'm just kind of curious what you guys think on that. So I guess the first order of business will be to get this drive shaft out. That came out way too easy. I was expecting these to fight me. They didn't. What? Look how easy these came out, y'all. I swear I did not break these loose ahead of time. They actually feel like they wasn't tight enough. It's kind of alarming what's going on there. I like to make me a little mark. That way I could put this thing back exactly the way it came out. I don't want it to be like, what, 180 off, you know? I want it to be right in its natural location. I don't want to take any chances on any kind of vibrations occurring later or anything. And it may not do anything at all, but I just don't want to take a chance. So I'm going to go ahead and mark it and put it back exactly the way it came out. Why not? Forgot to bring me a screwdriver into here. Maybe we can just use our wrench. There we go. All right, we'll get that down. I like to take a little tape, hold my little bearing cups on there. I don't want those to fall off. Have little needle bearings falling all over the ground. I believe this U-joint is actually still good enough we can get a little bit of use out of it. I don't want all my bearings to fall out. This U-joint, on the other hand, seems to have a little wear to it. Something else we're going to have to address, I guess. Something else we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and throw these things back on. That way we don't lose them. You guys know how many times I've seen these things get misplaced? What a pain. I'm going to tell you one thing we ain't going to be doing, and that's going to be looking for stuff. Alright, so let's get the pan off. Let's get the fluid drained out, all that good stuff. Trying to set this up to where this part of the pan, this back corner, will kind of fall down first, and maybe we can drain most of it out that way, you know, have a little control over the situation. I mean, that's the idea anyway. I think the fluid's so low that it's just not even trying to peek out above the pan. I don't know, let's see. I'm already cracking the, there we go, we're getting a little bit. Somebody's got this thing on here. Yeah, there we go. That's what we're wanting. Get it to come out of kind of the rear portion of the pan. You know, we kind of got the car leaned back this way anyway. We might as well take advantage of it. Get most of that out before we try to drop the whole pan down. Too bad these ain't got drain plugs on them. That'd be nice if it had a little drain plug on it somewhere, but nope. The fluid in it looks pretty good though. I mean, look at that. It's not black at all. That's got a nice reddish tint to it. It probably has something to do with the fact that I have to put a quart of transmission fluid in it every time I want to move it around. Okay, let's see how big of a mess we can make. Woo! Yeah, there we go. Nice. That wasn't too bad. So there's the filter. It's got 3 screws holding it on, it appears, and they are all just regular screwdriver. Going to take those off. Seems to be pretty easy so far. Yeah, these old cars, they ain't much to them. We ain't gonna have any kind of weird refill procedure or any of that mess like we normally do on all these new ones that don't have dipsticks or field tubes or any of that mess. You guys know what I'm talking about. Most of you have been watching that video I've been doing on that old Porsche. Yeah, this is a whole nother ball game right here. I'm digging this. Let's see what we're working with. Here is the pan. Woo. Now the pan looks pretty dirty. At least the gasket came off easy. Yeah, it's got a little clutch material on it. Look at that. That's not good at all. There we go. We'll get that cleaned up. Got a little brake clean. Let's get all this wiped down nice and clean. Get that magnet cleaned off too. That's pretty nasty. I lost my camera girl, y'all. I don't know what she's doing. She's slacking. Guess she's on a break. You guys are stuck with me now. Get this old magnet cleaned off. Out of cleaner, dang it. That's all right, we managed to have just enough. We got it all nice and clean. We'll put it back in the pan now. Let's get that filter in there before we forget it. Could you imagine? Now, I have been known to do stuff like that on purpose, just for comments, you know. You guys remember the time I put that lawnmower blade on upside down? You guys don't think I really did that on accident, do you? I mean, come on now. Come on now. I got so many comments on that. Now, unfortunately, I actually did put that lawnmower blade on upside down, but I did get a lot of comments on it. Okay, so I do believe that is good enough. Okay, that's good enough. Go through here and clean off our surface. Pretty important, right? So it gave us two different pan gaskets, but I do believe it's this one right here. Something like that right there, I do believe. Yeah, there we go. We got it. There we go. Get a couple of these started. Shouldn't be too hard. So that's the last one. Obviously you want to put them in finger tight at first, and then I don't use my power tools or anything like that when I put this stuff back together. And I kind of hold my ratchet between my thumb and forefinger, that way I'm not cranking on it, you know. I mean, if you're out here doing this, you're gonna smash your gasket and then it'll start leaking. So yeah, you don't want that. Just kind of tighten it up evenly, you know, all the way around. Just common sense. We all know this stuff. These are easy. But in case you're new to it, I mean, that's about how you'd go. I mean, you can do all the torque specs and all that if you want, of course. I'm not going to get that carried away with it. I'm just going to be careful with it, that's all. And like I said, just do it evenly all the way around. Alright, I do think that's good enough. Well, okay, we got that all buttoned up. Now it's time for this. Let's see about getting this seal out of here. I don't have one of those fancy seal removing tools, so I'm about to do this crudely. Screwdriver and a hammer. I'm sure some of you guys have done it this way a million times. But you can see it's coming out slowly but surely. There it goes. Got just a little dab of gasket sealer on it, it looks like. We'll get that all cleaned off of there. I got me a big ass socket. Look at that. That's a 2-inch socket. We're gonna use that to kind of tap that up in there. Okay, let's give this a shot. Just want to tap it on there evenly. Go till the bottom's out, obviously. I think we did it. We did it, y'all. Let's get our jar shaft back in. Get this lined up with that mark I made. We ought to be putting it back together exactly the way it came apart at this point. And we didn't lose none of our bearings. That's cool. Now I wouldn't think you'd want to go tighten these up too tight because they're so small. They're just little bitty, like 3/8 inch bolts. So we ain't gonna put the hurt on them, but we are gonna tighten them a little more than they was. They were rather loose when I got to it. All right, time to fill it up. Got some fresh fluids going in. That's awesome. Wait to have this done. No more leaks. Well, hell, y'all, we got all of it done. I was going to fire it up, work that fluid through the transmission, and my damn battery's dead again. Yeah, we're going to have to do a battery upgrade. That thing's old, and it ain't holding a charge. So we'll be sure to throw that on the list. You guys be sure to keep watching the videos. You're the one that making all this possible, making it so that I can actually get out here and do these projects, and I really do appreciate it. It is awesome. So anyway, you guys be sure to tune in next time. Like, share, subscribe, all of that good stuff, man. If you're not a subscriber, please hit the subscribe button. Help the channel grow. It's free. All that good stuff, man. I'm going to get on out of here. I will see y'all later. Hey, next video, we're going to the salvage yard. We're going to finally put some seats in this thing.